Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. It's great to be back in London. Bonjour, mes confrères et mes consoeurs. Je suis Peter Tabuns. Je suis candidat à la direction du MPD de l'Ontario. These are not easy times. These are not easy times for Ontario, and these are not easy times for the NDP. When I talk to people in London, in Windsor, Toronto, Ottawa, people are worried about their jobs. They're worried about the jobs of their neighbors and their friends. They're worried about whether there will be jobs there for their sons and daughters when they finish school. They're worried about their communities and what will happen to their communities if the good jobs have all gone. They know there's a need for action. They know that we need to change our thinking. We need a government that is not afraid to lead and to regulate. We need an economy in which green businesses, green jobs, and local renewable energy are just part of everyday life. That's the kind of new energy economy I'd like to build with you. Others across the world are leading by example. In Quebec, they're creating jobs in the wind industry. In Pennsylvania, 3,000 people working in solar. Australia, Denmark, California. In those places, they don't just cut checks and hope for the best. They use regulation to deal with harm, and they fuel progress with incentives. So why aren't we helping manufacturers right here in London and across southwestern Ontario make the solar panels, the wind turbines, the green transportation products of tomorrow? Because Obama gets it. He campaigned on new energy economy to become president. In his inauguration, he talked about the potential to create jobs and put America to work by using renewable energy. The steel workers get it. They campaign right across the United States to create jobs in renewable energy, reopening steel plants that were closed that are now making wind turbines. Yet Ontario isn't even doing the basics. My father was a trade unionist. I've been on staff at the Ontario Nurses Association. I've done union organizing as an activist. I've been the head of Greenpeace, and I've created jobs with unions using sustainability. The opportunities are there. We, all of us in this room, can make a tremendous difference. We can shape the direction of this province. We can shape the direction of this society. We can't do it by turning back the clock. We can't do it by being fixated on internal party structure. We have to get with it on the big issues that people are concerned about, jobs and the environment. And this afternoon, I want to talk with you about how we can do that. Thank you all again for coming here today.
Thank you. Michael?
Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Micheal Prue, je suis un candidat pour chef de l'MPD, mais plus important, je suis un candidat pour être premier de cette province. For those of you who don't speak French, what I'm telling you is I'm running for leader of the NDP, but more importantly, I am running to be the next premier of this province. People in Ontario believe in our party. They believe in what we stand for. They believe in everything from Medicare to our stance on university to our stance on the environment. They believe in what New Democrats believe in, but they don't vote for us. They don't think we can form a government, and they look elsewhere. And I believe that I am the candidate who can make them look at the NDP. I have had experience as a mayor. I'm the only one of the candidates who has ever led a government, and I acknowledge it was a municipal one, but I led a government where we were in tough economic times, when the factories were closed, when we didn't have enough money, and we turned the entire borough of East York around. We turned it around by building into the factories, by putting in what was then a brand new technology of fiber optics, and we brought in film, and we brought in cartooning, and we brought in animation, and we brought in computerization. And we filled all of those places, and because we filled all of them, we could do enormous things. Never once did I have to raise taxes. I paid down all the debts, so we were debt-free by the time we were amalgamated. We built the daycare centers, we built the community centers, we did all of those things, and it was because we knew how to manage the economy. I want to bring that experience to the NDP and to this province. I believe that the vehicle to do that is to embrace wholeheartedly the concept of cities. I believe that 480 municipalities, and London being one of the big ones, in this province will be able to set up a regimen of excellent economic development, and I would do a whole bunch of things. First of all, to free the City of London from the Ontario Municipal Board. I think it should be abolished. The second thing I would do is I would give the City of London the same kind of power that the City of Toronto has. There should be a City of London Act so that you can do all of the things that Toronto can do in order to build the economy. I want to make sure that we do things on taxes. We pay the highest property taxes of any group in the world, and the cities need to be freed from that. And we need to do that. We need to be electable. I'm proposing a number of things to be electable. I would give power back to the ridings. I would involve our youth in ways that they have not been for a long time by having internships at Queen's Park and by properly funding ONDP. I would go to things that are absolutely important, like the 107 riding strategy. Obama was mentioned. You know, he ceded not one single state to the Republicans. We cannot afford to cede one single riding to the Liberals or the Conservatives. We can only win when we run in 107 ridings. We need to win 54. There's no sense in having a strategy of running in 20 serious ridings, because the most we'll ever end up with is 20 seats. I'm running to be government. We have to run in them all.